Do you know anyone who has a pet? Or do you have a pet? Hello, my name is Riko Kubo, and I have a strong passion for animal welfare issues. Even a single animal life is worthy. Animals are not able to communicate to change the way they want things to be. Talking about animal welfare issues makes a huge, necessary impact on bettering animal lives. Looking at the state of animal welfare in Japan, we're way behind. Although we're considered as a developed country, ranked 7th in education, 2nd in technology and innovations, 5th in medical care, and 3rd in GDP. We're not even in the top 20 animal welfare supporting countries. That's not right. How come one of the wealthiest countries is failing at animal welfare? My goal is to change the state of Japan's animal welfare, starting with how we treat pets. We need as many people to recognize this issue and take action for animals. So you're probably wondering how I got interested in this issue. Well, my interest for this topic began with my dog, Ermi. This is Ermi. Ermi was born November 5th, 2017. She has a humongous eyes with a very long tongue. She loves to play with toys, she loves cuddles, and getting carried by people. She also loves to go on walks, but really she just likes the fresh air. So after a couple of minutes on her walk, she stops and waits until she gets carried for the rest of her walk. Soon after joining our family, we figured that she had a shoulder dislocation on her left arm. Whenever she moved and stopped, she would have her left arm curled up to herself. On occasion, she would hop by walking with only 3 legs. The store did not have any record of her shoulder dislocation, and when we notified the store of her shoulder dislocation, they demanded us to return her. When we asked whether they were going to fix her or not, they said they won't. In hindsight, it scares me to think of what would have happened to Ermi if we gave her back. Would she have become a breeding dog? Would she have become amputated? Would she have become euthanized? In the end, Ermi got surgery for her shoulder dislocation at a specialist when she was just 2 months old, weighing only 500 grams. This made me realize the poor breeding condition in Japan. The time span for dogs and cats to be bred safely is until the age of 6. Responsible dog owners would only allow an animal to be bred 4 to 5 times in their year. However, there are breeders who continuously breed animals at every opportunity that they get. This cycle literally breaks an animal's body. I'm pretty sure everyone can imagine how horrible this is. On top of this reality, some breeders do not provide good and healthy living conditions for breeding, leading to a poor breeding environment. As an example of a worst-case scenario in Japan, in the city of Matsumoto, 2 people running a breeder regularly conducted cesarean sections on animals without anesthesia. They did this by tying mother dogs tightly and holding them so that they can't even move. These 2 men auctioned off the puppies to pet shops. They had over 1,000 dogs by the time police caught them. We do not know how many other breeders like this exist in Japan today. There is no body or organization that monitors breeders in Japan, nor is there a culture of people caring to know what type of conditions their pets were born into. Instilling responsible breeding practices would vastly improve Japan's pets' quality of life. Ermi changed how I view animals as well. I used to think of animals just as a cute, fun buddy to be with. But now I see animals totally differently. Seeing animals suffer, I want to stand up for these animal lives and make sure that they can live happier lives. I used to love to go to pet stores in Japan to see puppies when I was younger. but now it makes me miserable seeing them trapped in small cages. Now I am willing and wanting to take action, speak up for these animal lives that cannot voice their thoughts and opinions, and spread awareness about animal welfare that people in Japan need to start recognizing. I believe that this is my first big step to voice how I think people should widen their views on animal welfare issues. In 5th grade, I looked into animal euthanasia to understand the animal welfare industry better. I have realized that it is a reality that some animals' life gets put down. Euthanasia in Japan is done by gassing. These animals are innocent and to end their life because of various reasons, which I will explain later on, is ethically wrong. In 2017, 43,216 dogs and cats were euthanized. In 2018, 38,444 pets. In 2019, 32,742 pets. And finally, in 2020, there were 23,764 pets that were euthanized. Japan is currently working towards a zero euthanasia country, with each prefecture working at different rates. However, there is an urgency to fasten this campaign to save as many pets' lives as possible. Entering secondary school, I joined an animal shelter volunteer group, which I now lead. Good animal shelters in Japan ensure that every animal in the shelters are taken well care of at an appropriate environment. Ours take dogs on walks, provide 3 meals per day, and clean their cages. Animal shelters also have volunteers helping out with all these works. Some animals are adopted and fostered, but others spend their entire life in shelters. Japanese people tend to favor puppies over older dogs, so the more animals age, the less possibility the older dogs will be adopted. Going to this animal shelter has also helped me understand the procedures behind running an animal shelter. Although there's happiness that goes behind pets when pets are adopted, not all pets are destined for this future. It breaks my heart to see that for some animals, they spend their entire life in animal shelters, and their last hope is spending their entire life in an animal shelter. Our volunteer group has created an animal welfare culture in this school through small actions like hosting donation drives and selling calendars. Those small actions have a ripple effect. Our students are aware that not all animals are living happy lives. If we can change our microcosm, why can't we change the world outside of ours? This brings us to how pets are abandoned. Pet abandonment is an issue arising from pet owners. It can be prevented by having the right kind of owners, but in Japan, people think that it is acceptable to get rid of unwanted pets. This is inhumane. Do you think that it is ethical to get rid of living creatures like an object? No. This has recently gotten worse due to the pandemic. When the government cash handout was given in the 2020 shutdown, people used that money to buy pets. For example, a family of 4 receiving 400,000 yen could have purchased a puppy and supplies. When people went back to work and school, some pets were left alone at home. Dogs left alone develop bad behaviors which pet owners can't manage. Eventually, some pet owners decided to get rid of their pets. Anytime pet abandonment increases, it puts pressure on animal shelters, leading to a reduction in quality of care and lower adoption rate. If more people were considerate of animals and received proper education on pet ownership, few animals would be put in this situation. Japan's pet industry is heavily money-focused. Profit-focused breeders don't care who they're selling pets to. In Japan, pets can be sold to anyone at any time, even to people who see pets as accessories. Inhumane pet sellers tempt people to buy pets impulsively. As strange as this may sound, this is the current reality. Japan's policy for animal welfare in general are lacking. By changing these policies, we can prevent irresponsible pet ownership and reduce pet abandonment. As there are many other countries that are ahead of animal welfare support, Japan should follow their paths. In terms of the role of pet shops, the US is a great leader. The role of pet shops is not the same as in Japan. Japan sells living animals in pet shops, but in the US, they sell only pet-related goods, and it's not a place to buy large animals. These shifts in pet shops were consumer-driven changes. People decided not to buy pets from stores, which encouraged shops to stop selling large animals. In terms of the pet ownership problem, Switzerland is a great example. Switzerland requires training courses and licensing before pet ownership. This means that it is mandatory for people to take courses before becoming dog owners. If Japan implements these systems, Japan has a really bright future in terms of pet welfare issues. In conclusion, Japan's animal welfare status is low, considering two factors: pet sellers and pet owners. Due to the weak policies in Japan when buying pets, some pets are positioned in potentially dangerous situations. With people being this irresponsible, there are so many animal lives hanging in the balance. My vision for this country is firstly to only allow breeders with respect for animals to operate. This will help lessen suffering from bad breeding conditions. Secondly, as mentioned before with the example of the US, if the role of pet shops changes to a place where people only go to purchase pet-related goods, that will make a huge impact as well. Thirdly, I also want to increase more donations for animal shelters or even increase adoption instead of buying pets from stores and breeders. Animal shelters should be an alternative option for people to buy pets. Of course, when considering adoption, think of the type of dogs you want to get, types of cats you want to get, ages and the sizes, and most importantly, the traits. Additionally, I want more people to be active in raising awareness about pet welfare in Japan. Whether by reposting animal-related news, or blogging, or donating money to animal shelters, every action counts. Personally, I have opened up an Instagram page where I post about animal welfare-related news and share the actions I have been taking to resolve this social issue. Lastly, I encourage all pet owners to be educated with proper information. I want Japan to implement courses and licensing just like how Switzerland does to ensure a better quality of life for each animal's life. Every action helps move Japan forward with this social issue. So I would like everyone listening to this talk to think of what you can do to save one animal. A pet's quality of life is determined by their owners, but the quality of any animal's life can be determined by us all. Thank you.